Good morning. How is everyone today? Today is a very sad anniversary day of the attacks on 9/11, 2001. It hits home for me because I am from New York. That is my home state. We lived maybe about 40 miles out of New York City in Westchester County, which is a very elite county in New York. And I hail from Armonk, New York. That's where I lived most of my childhood. I was born in White Plains, New York, and that's my home state. So on 9/11, we were living, my husband and I, in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and we woke up that morning. I don't know why we were up so early. We're usually not because I work 3 to 11 at the hospital as a transcriptionist. And we just woke up that morning and turned on the TV. I want to say it was around maybe 8:50, 8:55, and we saw the tower and we saw the hole in the tower and the fire, and we were like, what on earth is going on? And the details were very sketchy at that point, so I called my parents and I said, what on earth is going on? And they said, we really don't know. A plane was hijacked, but we don't know what happened. I think they actually thought that it was an accident, that the plane, by accident went into the World Trade Center. And wow, it was tough for me because I was in World Trade Center 1 only 6 weeks before, visiting my sister who lived in the city. And I was like, wow, I was up there, all the way up there in that beautiful restaurant, uh, Windows of the World. I mean, it was such a beautiful place, and I was so impressed. And the city view was amazing from up there. And now here we are 6 weeks later, and we're under attack. It was so traumatizing and scary. And I was wondering about my sister. She was supposed to do her dissertation at NYU that morning. Apparently, she went to work first, and then, she went on to go to NYU. And before she left, though, they saw the second tower hit. They were looking out the window. They're only 2 blocks, and they saw it. And she left anyway to go to her dissertation. But I guess on the way there, or when she got there, they said it was canceled. So she had to turn around and try to get back home after the towers collapsed. So it was so bad. It took me hours to get in touch with her. And she said it was just horrible. She said there was dust everywhere and people were running, and it took her hours to get home from there. And so that was where I was on 9/11 morning. I did go to work that day. I worked the night shift 3 to 11, and I couldn't work that night. I was just so much in shock. I couldn't believe what was happening. I just couldn't believe it. So I was in the doctor's lounge, which is right next to the medical transcriptionist office, and they had a TV in there. And I just stayed glued to the TV all night. I was just in shock, so I really didn't get much done that night as far as transcription was concerned. And I was heavily traumatized. I was not able to watch any footage from 9/11 until 2013. 2013. That's how much I was affected by that. Now, in 2003, I went to visit my parents again, and I spent 2 nights with my sister. We actually took a trip down to the site, and just thinking about it, there was that big empty square, and the minute I got there, I just felt so many people, just the souls of the people. There was such sadness there, and dismay, and it was so difficult to be there. I couldn't be there for more than 5 minutes. I was standing, at the railing and looking down, and I felt so much despair from these souls. I am an empath, so it's really difficult for me sometimes, and I just felt like thousands of people were saying, "Why? Why? I'm so sad. Where are we?" That type of thing. Oh, just thinking about it really, really hurts my soul. So it was really, really difficult. So after 5 minutes, I said, "Okay, we've got to go. I can't do this anymore." And that was in 2003. I never visited New York City again after that, and I lost touch with my sister. So she got married, and he was a very controlling man. So once she married him, we just weren't best sisters anymore. We were half sisters. My father was my dad, and he got custody of me from my birth mother when I was 3. And he remarried, and then they had Kim in 1969, I think, somewhere around there. I'll be turning 64 this year, which means she just turned 53 in August. So just scary, scary stuff. And that's where I was, and it was just really, really bad. So God bless all the people that were lost that day. I feel such sadness for the families and the people who lost their lives. God bless them all.